good morning, good afternoon, wherever this may find you. My name is Yolanda Poe, and welcome to the other side of victory. So tonight, we're going to talk about birds. Now, listen, I know I may sound a little crazy, but I absolutely, excuse me, because my allergies are whooping my tail. I absolutely love nature. Absolutely adore it. I can be found in several places. One is the beach, but I absolutely love nature. I love to look at owls and birds and I call them moo cows and horses and chickens. I just love it. So we're going to be correlating animals for the next couple of days or so, probably, maybe, I don't know, with who we are as people. So I'm really, really excited tonight. I have a list of birds that I want to share with you. And then afterwards, I'm going to post it so you can see the actual bird that goes with the description that I'm giving. I apologize for getting on here so late. Again, if I am late, I am due on here at 9. If I am late, it is because it is work related. And I need time to get myself together after I get off work. So charge to my head, not to my heart, and let's get started. I want to talk about February 13th. I know y'all like, my goodness. Yes, February 13th. Okay, we getting the tea. We getting the tea on domestic violence, being married, and being single, going through it. We're going to get the tea. We got 2 beautiful young ladies that are coming on in this time slot and 9 p.m. on February 13th. I encourage you to tune in so you get the tea. We all know, the stories behind abuse, and we all know, what we hear. And I think it's one in every 3 women. 1 in every 3 women. I can't remember the statistics, and I said it before, but I did post it. And 1 in every 4 men experience domestic violence. They call it, what is it? Intimate partner domestic violence. So there's 4 of y'all in the room, and 1 of y'all is experiencing at that time frame. She's smiling, she grinning, but when she go home, that smile, it goes away. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the effects of that, and we're going to talk about what needs to be done after you get out of that. Fair enough? Fair enough. Okay. Wait. Let me get my glasses. Do. So the other night we did some talk about art. We did some talk about fashion. Tonight, we're going to chat about birds. So the most colorful birds in the world are estimated to be 10,000 in species throughout the world. There's 3 of them that I'm going to talk to you about tonight. One's the Wilson bird. The other one is the red-necked tanger. The other one is the mandarin duck. So we'll talk about those 3 birds this evening. The Wilson bird, it has blue head, and that's the color of his head. Those aren't feathers. That's the color of his head. Okay, he's red and yellow. His tails are curly, and they can differ in color. Sometimes they look white, sometimes they look blue. Their breast, the shield is like a green. Their legs are like a dark blue. And guys, this is what really got me. The inside of their mouth is yellow. When he opened his mouth and made noise, he was yellow. I saw him on the video. I was like, oh, how cool. I've never seen that before. They live in the rainforest of the eastern Indonesia, Australia, and New Guinea. They eat fruit and insects. I find that a lot of these, the three that I'm reading, they all eat the same thing to a degree. Wait a minute, where's the macaw? Did I put the macaw in here? Yes, I did. The next one is the red-necked, was it tanger? Now, they can be found in eastern Brazil and northern Argentina. Also eat fruits and insects. They look like they're wearing a scarf because it's red all around their neck. Their colors are yellow. They have yellow-orange wings, contrast with black feathers. And his crown is like a blue velvet. It's real vibrant. The macaw, what is it? The Mandarin duck. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. I didn't put my friend in here. Okay, yes I did. Yes I did. So I just said the Mandarin duck, that he's gold, green, blue, and white and purple. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to show you them. Like I just jumped. You know what it was? Is I got excited because I saw the scarlet macaw. I got real excited. And I left the poor little Mandarin duck alone. But he was gorgeous. And I do mean he. And it's like a little love story with that. Like he keeps watch over the mama while she sits on her eggs. So there's a little love thing going on there. Then we have the scarlet macaw. Oh my gosh. These birds are so unique. They are so different. They're just not your average everyday bird, but they all have something similar, which is the fact that they're birds, the fact that they have wings. They're all similar in their own right, yet beautiful. They all carry unique colors to who they are, not all being the same in that respect. All having colors, all of them eat pretty much the same thing, but they're shaped different. They move about differently. Some are small, some are large, all pretty much doing the same thing, but different. So the scarlet macaw is found in Central America. Their colors are green, blue, plumage with red chest. They raise 2 to 3 chicks at a time. They breed once a year. They're 14 to 16 inches long. Their weight is 6.5 to 8 ounces. And they also eat fruits and vegetables. Well, not fruits and vegetables, fruits and insects. They live for about 50 years in the wild, which I found very interesting. I didn't study any further to find out, well, if they're not in the wild, how long do they live? Because we are known to capture them and have them as pets. So I'm wondering, the difference with this one that I didn't see with all the rest of them is that this one can fly 35 miles per hour. It didn't speak about the other ones in terms of flying and mileage and things of that nature. It didn't speak of them. An interesting fact, really, really interesting, I thought, is they can be seen in flocks eating clay from the riverbanks. All of the birds eat insects and fruit, but the macaw can be found with a group of their own eating clay from the riverbanks, believing to neutralize toxins found in the same plants that the species eat. They devour that which could ultimately, in theory, mess them up. They eat the toxins. And they dwell in the same place together as they do this. So what I found really interesting is when I correlated the birds to us, is that we as people, we we have lots of gifts. We have lots of gifts. We may not have tapped into. Excuse me, my allergies are driving me crazy. We may have not tapped into exactly what our gifts are, but we have them. So the Bible talks about several different gifts, and we'll get into those gifts in a minute. But as we get older, we realize things that we love. Like, for example, I have an eye for color. I absolutely adore color. But I have evolved into this. This isn't something that's just to just pop. I've evolved into this. As time goes on and as I have gone through things in life, I went through a phase where I liked pastels, loved pastels, thought they were nice. Then I went through a gray phase, and then I went through an all black phase, and then I went through a cream phase, and then I went through like a neutral color phase. Now I just like, I don't even care no more. It's bright. I want it. But with time, we evolve into who we really are. It may not necessarily be noticeable in the beginning. Like, you may not know you're a teacher until time unfolds, and then there's something in you and it just pops. And then you find yourself you may not realize that you have the gift to write until one day you sit down in a moment of frustration and you find yourself writing, and you read it and you go, wow. I write poetry. And I did it when I was little. When I was a little girl, I used to, write my journal and write poetry. And then as I got older, I left it alone. I said, oh, I'm doing that stupid. I sound stupid. But then one day I was going through something, and I wrote a poem, or it was spoken word. I don't know what you want to call it. 150% of me. And the message pretty much is that you have to be able to take care of the excess of who I am. Like, there is a lot to me, and 100% is not enough. You need to cover 150%. And it was really deep. I wrote it when I was in a really dark place. I was really, really upset. But I realized, I said, wait a minute here. I can still put a pen to paper. Okay. Found out that the gift was there. It was still there. That it was lying dormant. And it never went anywhere. The gift to instruct, the gift to lead, the gift to prepare, to plan. Those are gifts. A gift to organize. Those are gifts. Some people just, they have it and it comes natural. Nobody had to school them on what to do. 1 Corinthians 12, it talks about the different gifts. And I'm not going to get real deep because my time is almost up. But it talks about having wisdom, having a word of knowledge, being able to, to drop some knowledge on somebody, being wise in the decisions that they make. The gift of faith, that is, that's deep. My mom had that. My mom had that gift. She believed everything. Like, and whenever something happened, she just knew God would take care of it. She might cry about it. I remember one time I saw her cry over a situation, and she shed her tears. And then she said, it's done. It's that human side of us, of course, reacts. But she was good with it. She was like, and then after she cried and she prayed, she squared her shoulders and she was good. My sister used to say, Mama has crazy faith. When I was going through the stuff that I was going through, my faith was insane. It was insane. The gift of healing. To be able to lay hands on yourself and say, I am healed. And just and then the healing takes place. I like to use the term as they walk, God, I thank you for healing them. Workings of miracles, prophecy, being able to speak things into existence that already are. Discerning of spirits, That's a huge one. That's a huge one. I could do a whole study on discerning of spirits. Um, some people, other people in the world might call it the sixth sense, but discernment of spirits, diverse kinds of tongues, interpretation of tongues. Now, all these gifts work together. You'll find that they fuse together. If you get a bunch of people in a room to do all this, it's like a beautiful day at the beach when it's not too hot, not too cold, and the water is bumping up against the sand. Like it works together so beautifully. If you ever been at the beach and you listen to the birds are chirping and the wind is hitting up against the 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 sand and you hear the waves, everything sounds like they're in sync. That's how the gifts in the spirit are. Have you taken the time to get to know what your gifts are? We talk a lot, I've talked a lot about knowing your wealth, knowing what you're worth. And after finding out what that is, what do you do with that once you find out what that is? Have you sat down yet and tried to figure you out? I was talking to the women that getting out of domestic violence. You have to get to know yourself all over again. You gotta let you get to know yourself all over again. I know, I when I was once I got out, I realized that I loved boiled eggs. Boiled eggs was my twist for a minute. Now they're just eggs, but I can have an omelet and I can have them scrambled. Either way is fine because they don't move me like they used to. So I used to adore avocados. I just love avocados now. Can't say I adore them. I got this thing for cucumbers now. They're good. I sprinkle a little salt on them, and I have this vegan ranch dressing that I put on them, and they are the best. I might have that for breakfast. I know that sounds a little weird, but I might have that for breakfast. That's really cool. Um, what else? I'm into tea now. I'm learning myself. And I'm learning my giftings in the kitchen. I know what I'm really good at and what I'm not really good at. I mean, it's really cool. So have you done so? Have you got to know who you are in the midst of your busy day? Yesterday, we talked about time and how precious your time is. So tell me, what are you doing with your time? Are you finding out who you are if you don't know? Are you creating a vision plan for yourself? Uh, Vision plans are not just for the new year. Vision plans are period. Like you may in the middle of the year come up with something spectacular. You know? So what are you doing? Hmm? What are you doing? Because you're absolutely gorgeous. You're likened unto these birds that I'm going to post. Oh my goodness. They are beautiful. And so are you. So what you doing? Hmm? Hmm? I'm still asking. Put it in the comments. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me, tell me, tell me. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me this evening, this morning, this afternoon, wherever this may find you. My name is Yolanda Poe. Thank you for spending time with me on the other side of victory. I bid you a good night. I will not be with you tomorrow night, which is Saturday, but I will see you on Monday. So you have an absolutely phenomenal weekend. And remember, you matter and you're absolutely phenomenal. God will do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you ask. But most importantly, whatever you possibly think, He's going to top that. So whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you need, please know that if you trust Him, He will deliver. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye. Good night.